How the heck are you guys? I am Fastidious. For the third time in the history of Watcher of Realms, we are getting a Hero Selector banner. And for the first time ever, it is on Divine Summoning. So what does all this mean? A Hero Selector banner is essentially a banner, a typical 20x, which as you know, always features 2 heroes. However, in this case, only one of those heroes is predetermined. So this week on Friday, that will be Lyra, and the second hero will be your choice. Now, who can you choose from? Who should you choose? There is a lot to talk about. I'm actually going to make 2 videos on this topic. This video here is just introducing you to the idea of a Hero Selector banner and to inform you that it's coming and how you might want to prepare. Tomorrow's video will be me reviewing every option you have, in my opinion, all the good options you have to pair with Lyra, and if I think you should be going for some of those units. We're just going to go through class by class, and I'm going to say who maybe you should choose. So who is even in this group? What is the selection pool for the Hero Selector when you're pairing a hero with Lyra on this banner? If you go to your Invocation of Spirits or Divine Summoning, any normal banner, and you go click on details, this summoning pool, if we go down here, the Lords and Iax will not count, but anyone here from Zealous until Ireless. Okay, I just counted. There are 74 heroes you can choose from. Obviously, there's a huge range of quality here. You know, someone like Lyra would be a terrible choice. Someone like Neza or Ireless would be a phenomenal choice. So there really is a lot to consider. But what will the banner look like? Well, I can basically show you exactly what it will look like, because even though this is the first time they're doing this with Divine Summoning, they have done it twice before with normal summons during a Selector Invocation of Spirits, where you could use rare summoning crystals and diamonds. In those cases, the most recent one was Narissa and your choice, and the original one actually was Lyra and your choice. So we do kind of have artwork for that. If we pop this open over here, you can see this was right around New Year's. It was the day after Christmas, actually. December 26, 2024. That's when I posted my summons. So maybe the banner was Christmas Day. It was right around Christmas, New Year's time. And you can see it was like this. Lyra was guaranteed to be one of the units on the rate up, but then you could tap to select on this portal, and knowing Moonton, they will probably just reuse this artwork, and you'll tap to select, and then you'll get your huge list of all the normal legendary heroes that are options to swap in. I will tell you, once you make your pick, it is fully locked in. You can't change it. You cannot do some pulls with one unit selected and then switch it out after a little while. Once you make your selection, whether you meant to or not, hopefully you meant to, it is hard locked. So then it will become the Lyra Silas banner or the Lyra Draylin banner, whoever you want to pair, right? We'll discuss all those options in tomorrow's video, but that functionally is how it's going to work. But what does it mean for us that no, they're not doing it as a lucky pick invocation? This is going to be a lucky pick divine summoning. They're calling it the choice divine summoning. Well, divines are a lot harder to get, and they're a lot harder to stockpile. Obviously, they do have much better rates than your Invocation of Spirit summons, than your rare summons and your diamonds. But it's kind of an interesting situation because a lot of people can pull 2, 3, even more than that, legendaries anytime one of these invocation banners comes around that they're interested in, if they've been saving, maybe a little spending, who knows? If they've been diligent and they've been planning, let's put it that way. But with the divines, I mean, it's kind of tough. And I will say recently, I'm the kind of person that usually has 40 divines saved, but recently we've had such good new normal heroes, you know, non-ancient exclusive heroes, that it's been a little bit harder. You can see 11 days ago, I was doing some of my divines. I was desperately, truly desperately trying to get Narissa over here. My girlfriend was helping out. And then 43 days ago, I believe it was, this is when I went crazy. Well, it was 26 days ago. Well, 43 days ago was when I went crazy trying to get Draylin, and I did a lot of summons, as you can see. And I did it at the start as well. I was all in, and I was desperate for Draylin. Of course, we got links. But I'm saying all this to make the point that I think at this point with, you know, Narissa having come, Vorn having come, we just had Ireless, we had Draylin, there's definitely someone else I'm forgetting. I'm just saying all this to make the point that I do think a lot of people's reserves are low. So when it comes to approaching this banner, I think it's going to be kind of a YOLO situation. So do I think most people should summon on this banner? I mean, absolutely. Unless for some reason you're only missing really bad heroes and you're not interested in Lyra, or you already have maxed out Lyra, there's going to be something there for you. I will say I'm nearly personally in that situation. The only hero I really want is Nerissa, but I do not have her, and I actually do have an A5 Lyra, so this is going to be a bit of a gamble for me, but let's be honest, I only have the 6 divine summons. Maybe it will be 7 by Friday. It's really not the end of the world, and I think we should all just approach this as a YOLO banner. If you do have a lot saved, though, I want you to set your expectations appropriately. And in general, this is a normal 20x banner. This is not any kind of limited guarantee. This is not any kind of you're selecting and you're getting. You're just selecting who gets to be featured on the banner alongside Lyra. You can just as easily swing and miss on this upcoming divine lucky pick, lucky choice, whatever they're calling it, choice divine summoning banner, as you can and probably have swung and missed on many 20x banners in the past. So if you're going to pull on this, which I think most people probably should, set your expectations appropriately. The final thing I'd like to talk about is Lyra herself. Lyra did just get a pretty significant buff. I broke this down in my update announcement video, but TLDR, they're making her ult a lot better. So previously, when she would ult, she could give herself an attack boost and she could dispel a buff. However, her ability to do this was contingent upon how many Cosmic Rift summons she had present over her shoulders. Now, they've changed her kit, so one, it is stronger. We'll go over that in 1 second. But also, she no longer needs to rely on the presence of the Cosmic Rift summons to enable things like her self-attack boost and her ability to dispel a buff. Now, the only thing the Cosmic Rifts are doing is boosting her damage, because they're also going to deal damage when she's dealing damage, so they are important. However, there's not that fickle timing and that annoying kind of condition that comes with her best abilities, you know, making herself stronger and dispelling buffs. So you can see here previously, if she had 1 Cosmic Rift present, she would give herself that attack boost for 10 seconds, up to 25% increased attack. And if she had 2 present, she would also dispel a buff. Now she's going to have a much stronger attack boost, up to 35% increased attack at max skill ups, and it is going to last longer for 15 seconds. So it's lasting 50% longer, from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. This is a significant difference, and if you're using her, you will notice it right away if you had used her before. And then additionally, when she ults, you're guaranteed to dispel 1 buff. It is not contingent upon having both Cosmic Rifts present. You can also see they've changed her Celestial Confluence ability. She no longer loses all of her stacks when she moves from one target to the next. She just loses 1 stack at a time. She can then regain the stack very quickly. It is nice. And then finally, those summons she creates, those Cosmic Rifts over her shoulder, now last 20% longer. It goes from 15 seconds for one to 18 seconds. So they're going to be up longer. They're going to overlap longer. It's all just a good thing. Finally, if you get her A3, she can now apply stuns. She's definitely reworked in a very positive way. However, Lyra's been in an interesting position in this game for a long time. I mean, she's one of my favorite characters. I think her kit is very cool. I think she looks fantastic, and I freaking love this skin. She's a really, really fun hero, but she is a single target mage. And I've said this in so many videos for multiple years now. I mean, single target mages are just not the most important thing in Watcher of Realms. So she will be a lot stronger, which is very cool, but she's still filling a niche that is underrepresented in the game, and not because there's few of them, just because there's very little need for them in a lot of content. This is a game where content is built around marksmen, where content is obviously built around fighters, it's built around supports, even tanks, but not so often do you need the single target mage. In content that is built around mages, you want AoE damage. Her damage should be a lot better now. She will continue to excel at the things she has excelled at. The cool thing to check is going to be, is she Abyss 1 viable now? She already was pretty dominant in APOC 2, but maybe in Semra in APOC 2, her damage is going to be even better now. I mean, certainly it will be better. Will it be a lot better? We'll have to see. But she was already very relevant there. She was already good in Gear Dungeon 2. She'll be better now. Is this enough to be pulling on this banner for her? And that's where we're going to end the video. Maybe. It really depends on your account. She's definitely an above average hero. She's got a lot of potential, but like I said, single target mages are kind of one of the neglected groups of Watcher of Realms. So it really comes down to who you pair her with. So if you're the kind of account that is missing an Eluin, that is missing an Ireless, that is missing a Draylin, that is missing a Naza, missing a Narissa, you have a Virna, but you don't have a Silas, obviously this banner is singing to you. And we're going to cover all those. There's so many options. There's literally dozens of options, and I'll explain them all tomorrow in tomorrow's video. But if you're an account that's sitting pretty and there's no one you desperately want that you're missing and you're not in love with Lyra, maybe you're in the minority that skips this. All in all, it's a pretty cool thing. You get to select your own legendary to pair with Lyra on the Divine Summoning banner. Nothing here is guaranteed, but it's a pretty cool thing. Third time they're doing it, and the first time ever they're doing it with our gold legendary Divine Summons. So let me know your thoughts below. Look forward to tomorrow's video. If there's anything you want to be sure I discuss in tomorrow's video, let me know in the comment section below. But as I envision it now, I'm going to go through the gallery and just shout out relevant units as we see them, right? Oh, Semra, if you're stuck on Abyss 1, this could be a really good pickup for you. Oh, Hex, he's phenomenal. Aelin, best AoE healer in the game. It's going to look something like that. A little more fleshed out, but it's going to be a lot of quick hits. You'll probably learn a lot about the characters in the game regardless. There you have it. I've been Fastidious. Thank you so much for watching. If I seemed a little off in this video, thanks for putting up with me. I'm still very sick. I'm trying to put on a brave face, but I do not feel good at all. So thanks for bearing with me. Share with your mother, guys, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.